Wojnarowski, and that is that the Lakers are currently working on a deal right now to acquire Russell Westbrook from the Wizards. In return, they'll send Kyle Kuzma, Montrezl Harrell, Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, and a 2021 first-round pick. Sources tell our Adrian Wojnarowski. Here's Woj on how this deal came together.
This has been a conversation, I'm told, that has gone back and forth for a period of time now, and that the two sides now feel like they are nearing a possible deal that would deliver Russell Westbrook to the Lakers. Now, the Lakers had continued and had been talking also simultaneously about a deal that would have brought them Buddy Hield from Sacramento for some of the parts that are in this proposed Wizards trade. Kyle Kuzma and Montrezl Harrell. Montrezl Harrell opted into his contract for next season earlier today, I was told, and that allows him to be included in these trades. I think Sacramento would still like to be aggressive in trying to get that deal complete, but I think for Washington, the chance to get some salary cap flexibility moving forward with Bradley Beal, bring back, KCP, Kyle Kuzma, Montrezl Harrell, some solid veteran players, another first-round pick in this year's draft, and then see if they can try to re-sign Bradley Beal and then be able to go out in the marketplace and try to get a big free agent in the future. But right now, Washington and L.A. are trying to complete this deal.
So with the trade, the Lakers would now have two of the only four players in NBA history to tally both 20,000 points and 8,000 assists in their careers. Hall of Famers Oscar Robertson and Gary Payton are the only other two to achieve this feat. Of course, this is all setting up what's supposed to be a huge night in Brooklyn, as it is NBA draft night. Let's get set.
Duncan J. Harris back on SportsCenter. Our breaking news. Top of our show, 6 p.m. Eastern. Draft night Woj bomb. Adrian Wojnarowski reporting the Lakers are nearing a deal with the Wizards to get Russell Westbrook, and they're sending Kyle Kuzma, Montrezl Harrell, Kentavious Pope, and a 2021 draft pick to D.C. Stephen A. Smith, Kendrick Perkins react.
The question about Russell Westbrook is going to be very, very simple, and that's going to pertain to his shot from the perimeter. Can he be a better three-point threat? Because usually that's what things come down to in the Western Conference postseason play. That's the question about him, but that appears to be the only question. He's a significant upgrade, not just from, Schroeder or anybody else, but all the guys mentioned in the trade, the Kuzmas, Harrells of the world, Kentavious Caldwell-Popes. None of them even combined are Russell Westbrook, particularly when he gets going. And the notion of him being with LeBron and being with Anthony Davis is something that's incredibly, incredibly formidable, particularly when you consider the fact that it's Laker tradition, the Staples Center, that's his home, et cetera, et cetera. It would be an electrifying situation, no doubt.
I don't want to hear about can it work, can LeBron James and Russell Westbrook, they need shooting and all this. I don't want to hear that. It's going to work. It instantly makes them the favorites to come out of the Western Conference. Can we revisit the Miami Heat, D. Wade and LeBron James with a Chris Bosh? This is a similar thing, right? You have Russell Westbrook and LeBron James, and then you have Anthony Davis. You go out and get a couple of shooters, but they're going to make it work. We're talking about Russell Westbrook and LeBron James, two of the most polarizing figures to ever play the game of basketball. It's going to happen. And LeBron is going back to his hometown of L.A. Whew, talking about smoke in the city.
One area where Russell Westbrook could help the Lakers, Mr. Triple-Double, would be his playmaking. Lakers ranked 18th in points per game created off assists last year. Westbrook has led the NBA in that category 3 of the last 4 seasons, with the lone exception being the year he spent with James Harden in Houston.
Back Ellen J. back on SportsCenter with this breaking news. A Woj bomb on NBA draft night. The Lakers are nearing a deal with the Wizards to acquire Russell Westbrook for Kyle Kuzma, Montrezl Harrell, and Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, and a 2021 first-round pick. Sources tell our Adrian Wojnarowski. Wow, it would be the third straight year the former MVP was traded. That's never happened before. And once the deal's done, the Lakers would have 2 of the top 5 players all time in triple-doubles. Westbrook, of course, beat Oscar's mark last season, while LeBron currently sits in 5th with 99 career triple doubles. And on draft night, it's a nice lesson for the rookies to learn. No matter what you do, there's always going to be some big name veteran wrestling those headlines away from you as we go live to Brooklyn, where we are joined by Malika Andrews. What a beautiful shot of the stage and the runway. Malika is going to be part of our coverage over on ABC, and we're so excited to see you tonight, Malika. But we saw before Woj dropped this big Russell Westbrook bomb on us, he tweeted earlier that the Pistons are going to go with Cade Cunningham at number 1. How is he prepared to handle this moment tonight?
Well, he absolutely was prepared to be picked number 1. It was something that we talked a little bit about yesterday. He said that he feels like he's the number 1 pick because he can make an automatic impact on any team that he goes to. He said that he only visited Detroit. That's how confident that he was that that's where he was going to end up. He went to a Tigers game there, and the fans were chanting, "We want Cade." And he said that that was awesome for him because he didn't even know he had baseball fans there, he said. He told me he's really looking forward to sharing this stage tonight with his daughter Riley and his entire family. So this is a big night for Cade Cunningham.
You could say this entire draft process he's been sharing the stage a little bit with the other guys, right? Green, Mobley, Cunningham. Those are the 3 names everyone keeps talking about as we take a look at Jonathan Givney's latest mock draft. I want you to see that there. But we haven't heard as much about Jalen Suggs, who Jonathan has going at number 4 to Toronto right now. So Malika, I know that you spoke to the Gonzaga product. What'd you learn?
Well, he said that he feels like he potentially has the most growth to be done in this draft. And he said that if he does end up in Toronto, he really does like the player development staff that they've put together and thinks that they could partner well to reach his full potential. But he told me that for him, the moment he's most looking forward to, the guy that he wants to lock down, someone in the fellow Pacific Northwest, it is Damian Lillard. He said that he really wants to have a shot at guarding, and that's fitting because he hit the big college shot, and we know that Damian Lillard, he is always getting buckets when it matters.
He's also a first athlete in Minnesota history to win the Mr. Football and Mr. Basketball awards in the same year. See, I can Google. And by the way, Malika, that mock draft, 2 Jalen's potentially in the top 4. Somewhere Jalen Rose is like, much respect. Malika, we cannot wait. The future starts now. Boy, does it. Can't wait to see you tonight on ABC as our coverage of the NBA draft continues. Going to be a big night. Remember, you can see it. We've got 2 separate crews on ESPN, on ABC, and if you're on the go, as always, you can take it with you. It's streaming live on the ESPN app. Round 1 is tonight at 8 p.m. We're going to get out of the way at 7:30 and get.
Welcome back to SportsCenter. Elle Duncan, Jay Harris, and our draft night Woj bomb for you. Our Adrian Wojnarowski reporting. The Lakers are nearing a deal with the Wizards to acquire Russell Westbrook for Kyle Kuzma, Montrezl Harrell, and Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, and a 2021 first-round draft pick. For more on the breaking news, let's welcome in NBA analyst Kendrick Perkins. What's your initial reaction to Russ potentially joining the Lakers?
Oh, I love it. And look, Jay, I don't want to hear about can it work? Can LeBron James and Russell Westbrook, they need shooting and all this? I don't want to hear that. It's going to work. It instantly makes them the favorites to come out of the Western Conference. Can we revisit the Miami Heat, D. Wade and LeBron James with a Chris Bosh? This is a similar thing, right? You have Russell Westbrook and LeBron James, and then you have Anthony Davis. You go out and get a couple shooters, but they're going to make it work. We're talking about Russell Westbrook and LeBron James, 2 of the most polarizing figures to ever play the game of basketball. It's going to happen. And LeBron is going back to his hometown of L.A. Woo. Talking about smoke in the city.
Lots and lots of it. Okay, so if this goes through, where are the Lakers, in your opinion, on the title favorite ladder?
Oh, I'm betting my house on them. They're going to win it all. You know why? Because LeBron James has did something in these last 2 years far as being in the Laker uniform, and that's he has added and adjusted his game. We're watching him now as he's becoming more of a guy that could play off the ball, a spot-up shooter. And we already know how Russell Westbrook is going to impose his will. Can you imagine Russell Westbrook and Anthony Davis in a pick and roll? How can you stop that? With Anthony Davis rolling to the basket, being a live threat at the rim, Russell Westbrook, the most athletic point guard in today's game, the most athletic point guard to ever play in the NBA, coming at you with a head of steam. Good luck.
All right. Kendrick Perkins, enjoy the draft tonight. Thank you for your analysis and your insights, sir.
I appreciate it, Jay. I miss you, my brother.
Miss you too, man. See you soon.